Ever wonder why XRP's price never seems to satisfy anyone? No matter where it lands, there's always a crowd convinced it should be somewhere else, higher, lower, or just moving faster. For some, it's too low given its tech, partnerships, and the ambitious vision behind it. They see untapped potential and wonder why the market doesn't reflect it. For others, it's too high, weighed down by a massive supply, ongoing legal drama, and skepticism about its future. They question whether the price is propped up by hype. This constant back and forth makes XRP one of crypto's most polarizing assets, sparking heated debates in forums and headlines alike. The real issue: most people focus on price charts, hype, and short-term moves, missing the deeper forces quietly shaping XRP's destiny. To truly understand XRP's potential, we need to look past the noise and examine its foundation, technology, tokenomics, and the psychology of the market itself. XRP isn't Bitcoin. It's designed for fast, cheap cross-border payments, not as a digital gold or a long-term store of value. Its purpose is fundamentally different. Its value depends on adoption, transaction volume, and how well it integrates with traditional finance and global payment systems. When we obsess over price, we ignore the slow, steady progress happening behind the scenes: new partnerships, regulatory clarity, and technical upgrades. The price always seems wrong because everyone measures it differently, some by past bull runs, others by stock metrics, and many by pure speculation or emotion. To get real clarity, we have to break down XRP's history, supply mechanics, and the real-world catalysts that could drive future growth. Only then can we see price as a snapshot of its evolving journey, not simply right or wrong. Let's dig deeper and uncover what really moves XRP. To predict the future, let's revisit XRP's legendary bull run of late 2017 and early 2018. XRP rocketed to over $3.80, turning early holders into millionaires almost overnight. The surge was fueled by crypto mania, Bitcoin's rally, and rumors of big bank partnerships. Back then, XRP's circulating supply was much smaller, so new demand had a dramatic impact. Think of it like pouring water into a narrow glass. The level rises fast. That explosive growth set unrealistic expectations for many. But today, the landscape is different: more supply, tougher regulations, and a broader investor base. Remembering the ascent is important, but the mountain has changed. Understanding this shift is key to mapping XRP's future. XRP's massive supply and monthly escrow releases make a repeat of 2017's bull run unlikely. With 100 billion tokens, XRP's design supports global payments, but also creates price gravity. Imagine filling an Olympic pool with a garden hose. Today's supply means it takes far more demand to move the price. Each month, a billion XRP are unlocked, adding steady downward pressure. For price to rise, demand must outpace this constant new supply. It's like running up a downward escalator. You need more speed just to stay level. Price explosions aren't impossible, but now require massive, sustained, utility-driven demand. The forces needed to move XRP today are exponentially larger than in 2017. Setting realistic expectations means understanding these new supply dynamics. The next big move will depend on real-world adoption, not just retail hype. Could XRP ever hit $100? It's a question that sparks heated debates and wild speculation across the crypto community. For some, it's the ultimate dream, a ticket to financial freedom. For others, it feels like pure fantasy, a number too big to ever become reality. At today's circulating supply, a $100 XRP would mean a staggering $5 trillion market cap, more than double the entire crypto market's all-time high. So, what would it actually take to get there? First, we'd need a historic global bull market, one where digital assets aren't just a sideshow, but sit at the very core of the world's financial system. Bitcoin would likely need to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, with the total crypto market cap soaring into the tens of trillions. This would mean mainstream acceptance and massive inflows of capital. XRP would also need to see unprecedented institutional adoption. Imagine global banks and payment providers using it daily for cross-border transactions, making it a true backbone of international finance. A supply squeeze could play a crucial role too, Ripple burning billions of XRP, or institutions locking up massive amounts, reducing what's available to the public. This would create genuine scarcity, driving up demand and pushing the price higher as available XRP becomes harder to find. Finally, a wave of retail FOMO would need to follow, fueled by institutional validation and mainstream media coverage, sending everyday investors rushing in. The narrative would have to shift dramatically, XRP positioned as the backbone of global finance, trusted and relied upon by institutions worldwide. It's a tall order, requiring a perfect storm of bull market momentum, real-world utility, a supply shock, and relentless hype all converging at once. While it's unlikely, understanding what's required helps us watch for real catalysts and separate hype from genuine progress. The path to $100 is steep, filled with obstacles and uncertainty, but knowing the ingredients keeps our expectations grounded in reality. So let's focus on what's possible, not just what's imaginable, and keep our eyes open for the real signs of change. While $100 XRP is a stretch, real-world catalysts could still move the price dramatically. A US-based XRP ETF would open the floodgates for institutional money, just as Bitcoin ETFs did. Major asset managers launching an ETF would legitimize XRP and create constant buying pressure. Billions from pensions and funds could flow in, shifting demand far beyond retail's reach. Another catalyst. Ripple burning escrowed XRP, instantly reducing supply and triggering a price shock. Even without a burn, every new bank using Ripple payments adds to future demand. A favorable SEC resolution would also remove a major barrier for institutions. These events, ETF approval, escrow burn, utility adoption, legal clarity, are the real turning points. They matter far more than daily price chatter. Watch for these, not just the headlines. Success in crypto means understanding market cycles, bulls and bears, growth and contraction. These cycles are the heartbeat of every financial market, shaping the opportunities and risks investors face. Bull markets bring optimism and soaring prices. Bear markets bring fear and consolidation. Each phase has its own psychology, influencing how people act and react. Fighting these cycles is futile. Recognizing them is key to smart investing. Instead of resisting, learn to adapt your strategy to the current phase. In bull markets, positive news and partnerships can supercharge XRP's price. Momentum builds quickly, and opportunities can appear almost overnight. In bear markets, patience and research pay off as weak projects fade and strong ones build. This is when true value emerges, and smart investors position themselves for the next cycle. The key, conviction and financial discipline to weather the storms. Staying focused on your plan helps you avoid emotional decisions. As of March 2026, signs of recovery are emerging, capital is returning, and new cycles may be starting. Early signals can offer a head start for those paying attention. Now's the time for careful observation, not reckless bets. Analyze trends, watch for confirmation, and stay alert to changing conditions. Understanding where we are in the cycle helps you zoom out and make strategic decisions. Perspective is everything in volatile markets. You can't predict tops or bottoms, but you can prepare for the season. Preparation beats prediction every time. Dress for the weather, not the day. In crypto, adaptability and awareness are your best tools for long-term success. XRP's journey is complex, shaped by supply, utility, and evolving market forces. The explosive past was unique. Today's path requires bigger catalysts and more patience. Key lessons: supply matters, real-world utility drives lasting growth, and major events like ETFs or escrow burns can accelerate change. Perspective is everything. Market cycles offer both risk and opportunity. XRP's future depends on solving real problems for global finance, not just speculation. Progress is slow and methodical, not a get-rich-quick story. Focus on fundamentals, partnerships, transaction volume, and regulatory clarity. Whether you're new or experienced, diligence and critical thinking are your best tools. Ask, what's the utility? What's the supply? What problem does this solve? The future is uncertain, but understanding the mechanics is your best guide in crypto's wild world.